Hello, Guardians, and welcome to Destiny Reset Episode 31. This podcast is about anything and everything related to Destiny the game. If you enjoy playing Destiny as much as we do, you guessed it, you're in the right place. This week, we talk about the changes at the Bungie headquarters, Crimson Doubles, and how we can stay engaged in Destiny during the content drought. Guardians, hello and welcome. This is Arrow Knight, and here with me is Cyborg Sasquatch. What's up, man?
Hey, man, how are you?
I am great.
Good, glad to hear it.
Yes, I'm always excited to talk Destiny with you, dude.
Well, I am too, but I'm in a good mood tonight, and it's for no other reason than I just chose to be in a good mood tonight.
Well, that's what you do, right?
So we're
That's
gonna
how you
have
do
a fun show.
That's how you do. You keep control of your moods,
That's right. That's how you control the tilt, my friends.
Exactly.
All right, so let's get into some announcements this week. We have, for my geography lesson of the week, we have a listener from the city of Plymouth, located in England. His name is Ash. His gamer tag is Duty Sonse, I think it is. DUTYSONSE. If you can let us know how you pronounce that, buddy, that'd be great. Here's an email he sent. He said, "Hey guys, what's up? Ash here, screen name. I won't repeat it again. I'm currently sitting watching the stream." I think he was watching your stream, right?
Yes,
Arrow?
he was.
Yep.
What's up? Thank you for stopping by.
And he said, "And I thought I'd fire you a quick email from across the pond here in the UK for a geography lesson. I'm from a city in the very south of England called Plymouth, a name that any history major would hopefully recognize as the site from which the Mayflower sailed on the 6th of September 1620, carrying the founding pilgrims that settled in North America. Plymouth itself is a great city that has a vast waterfront with cafes and bars, a great nightlife, that's always important, and backs onto the wilds of our national park of Dartmoor, which as a Royal Marine I've spent far too much time training on. Anyways, just wanted to get a shout out for my great city. Love the show and enjoying the stream as we speak. P.S. Night Stalker Hunter all day, every day. Ash 11Q." Well, thanks, awesome. Ash. Great email, man. Love hearing from you guys over in the UK. We've got a lot of you listeners over there. You're misproportionately represented by the amount of people that live there. There must be just a swarm of Destiny players in the UK, the amount of people we see.
Yeah, we got to give a shout out too while we're talking UK of our buddies with the Return to Orbit podcast,
yeah.
UK Destiny podcast.
Yeah, and some of the guys in Group Me were talking about podcasts, I think yesterday. And have to recommend, if you listen to Destiny podcasts and looking for another to add to your subscriptions, check out the Return to Orbit podcast.
Yes.
Great guys over there.
I think really they still consider themselves the Derp fam, part of the Derp fam.
Yeah, absolutely. They are cousins from another mother.
Yes.
Over there in the UK, holding it down across the pond, as you would say. So thanks, Ash, for sending over that geography lesson. Guys, if you want to be featured in the geography lesson of the week, send me an email at destinyresetpodcast@gmail.com or a tweet at destinyreset. Let us know where you're from, what's so great about your city, and your favorite class in Destiny, and you could be featured here.
Very cool, man. I love these. We learn something new every week.
Oh, yeah, we love them too.
We have a pretty exciting announcement, dude.
What do we
got? We rolled this out pretty quick. We had been working on it for a little bit, but it worked out, and I think the Derp fam enjoys it. We launched our first sub-clan of Destiny Reset this past week,
We
man.
did. What an exciting time.
Very cool stuff. We let you guys vote. And surprisingly, Terry was even really surprised with this, as much as people disliked this weapon. But you guys chose Fellwinter.
Yep.
So Destiny Reset Fellwinter is our first Destiny Reset subclan. So if you want to sport those Derp tags, all you got to do is look for the link in our main group forum post, or search Destiny Reset Fellwinter on Bungie.net, and you will find it.
Yep. So what we'd like you to do, guys, is join the main group, the Destiny Reset podcast group itself, so you can be part of the conversation, part of the talk, part of the family that's going on there. And then simply to get your clan tag, because we ran out, go join this auxiliary group, Destiny Reset Fellwinter. You can set that as your clan tag, and that little three-letter derp will show up in your matches, and it'll say Destiny Reset Fellwinter on your emblem. So this is just basically a way to get you that clan tag, but we're not, getting rid of the main group for all the extra people.
Yes, we've even got the wall disabled on that subclan group just for the forum post that says join the main group, just like Cyborg said.
There you go.
We want to try to keep you guys all centralized so we can stay together.
But real exciting, we outgrew something, guys. That's a big deal for us. It's a lot of fun to do that.
It's crazy, dude. I mean, we're 450 plus now, and 220 clan mates. So
going strong.
Also, anyone that's listening, we hope this may be just a little boost you need, because we get emails and people say, hey, how do I join the Derp Fam? This group and this community is unbelievable. If you're just listening to the podcast, that's great. We appreciate it. But the group and the family and the welcoming part of it and the positivity, you guys got to join the group. Go to Bungie.net, search Destiny Reset, tweet at us if you can't find it, but join this group, because it's, once you get in the group me and you're chatting every day with all the Derp Fam Guardians, it's something else entirely. So definitely do that. Yeah.
Speaking of the community, we have a pretty cool giveaway from one of our own to announce, don't we?
We do. This is exciting, dude. Tell them about this.
Yeah, okay. So our friend Brad, a.k.a. Bearded X Brad, said, man, I don't even remember how long ago it was. He emailed us and just said, guys, the Derp Fam has been so awesome. I feel like I want to give back. So I want to give away some engrams, some of those sweet, cushy Destiny engrams. I talk about them all the time. It's my favorite toy. He's got a set of them ready to give away to a member of the Derp Fam, and we are going to have fun. He's been asking us, guys, you got to give these away. They're burning a hole in my pocket. So we said, okay, we're going to give them away this week. We'll finally get around to it. And so we're going to do a fun thing.
Come up with a neat way, man.
Yeah. We came up with something fun to do this week. Rather than just doing some lousy retweets or whatever like we always do, we're going to have some fun this week. So what we want you to do is tweet us a Guardian selfie of your favorite Destiny location. So get out there into the Destiny universe, find your favorite spot to gaze and think about the nature of the traveler, and take a little screenshot, take a little selfie, and tweet it to us. We'll put up a tweet for you to post those to, or you can just tag at Destiny Reset. And we will let Mr. Bearded Brad, choose his favorite location out of those pictures and choose the winner. And then we'll announce it on next week's episode, and you could win a set of those Destiny engrams.
They're so cool, dude. We both got some. You've given some away. And we were sitting here talking before the show, and we're like, how can we make this really fun for the Derp Fam? This is it, dude. Yeah. I like what we landed on.
So get out there this week, guys, and we want you to do that by this Friday, February 5th, 2016. So you've got to the end of the day on Friday to go and grab that screenshot and send it over to you. After that, you'll be SOL. All right, guys.
Good stuff, man.
So, Arrow?
Every week, dude. I'm just going to let you do it.
How was your reset, man?
It's great, man. Actually, I'm hoping to fit in. I haven't done a Nightfall this week, so I'm breaking my little record I've got going here. But I'm hoping after we record tonight, is Monday as usual, I'm hoping that I can fit one in on my Xbox character, because I'm just hoping for that last word to just drop for me, or maybe the Crest of Alpha Lupi.
That'd be great.
No Nightfall, dude. How about you?
Man, I did 16 Nightfalls solo this week.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. I just feel like I need to one up you.
What in the world?
Wait, why would you even do that many Nightfalls solo?
Yeah, you're just completely making stuff up now. Man.
It's true, guys. I mean, that's what I do every week. Is I don't even play this game.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You don't even play.
I haven't played this game in like 3 months. Everybody I talk about are just made up characters. If you check my friends list, I don't even have friends on Xbox. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I do play this game. I didn't run the Nightfall this week. I honestly, I need to check and see what the modifiers even are, but we'll get in there and get it for you on Xbox tonight if you need to, man.
Yes, dude.
We'll get it knocked out. We'll get it knocked out. I've been kind of torn away again from Destiny a little bit this week. Again, having some personal commitments as well as spending some chill time in some other games this week. You know, just enjoying some off time when I need to. But I did spend time in Destiny. I got in there, got our raid run done. Still no 320.
Oh, man. I'm just waiting for you to have an exciting 320 announcement.
Darth hasn't done it either, man. So we're both angling for it. Me and Darth both sitting at 319. Need that 320 ghost. Just cannot get it to drop, man.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's just, I don't know. I mean, I'm not even close to that. So I'm excited for you. Through you, I'm going to be 320.
One day you'll get there, man. And
Yeah,
we'll celebrate together. We'll do a dance.
I think I saw a post on Reddit the other day that said something like, I don't even remember for sure. I'm not remembering at all, but it said something along the lines of, don't worry, once you hit 320, it doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah, I saw that. They were like, so 320, kind of lackluster.
It's just funny. It's just the point, though. That goes with your personality. You just want to hit that 320.
Yeah, I need to complete it. Like there's this tick that just cringes when I see 319. I'm like, I can't live with that.
That makes it even worse, dude. See, yeah. I was always like, I got it max level. Got to get that drop. Got to get the drop. And now that they changed it and Trials just doesn't reward like I would like it to, it's like, whatever. We'll see.
Did you get anything good from Arms Day this week?
No, man. This is great. I have him leveled to 1 on my Xbox character. Apparently, I've been missing several orders that maybe Terry should tweet me and keep me posted on.
He really does, because that's kind of his deal, right?
It is, man. That should be, let's see if he listens. Tweet at least Cyborg and I and say, dude, you guys need to pick up this order.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? At least, while we still can.
Yeah,
but
we're not paying attention, but we know dang well that you are, Terry, and we hold you responsible for not telling your friends if we need to order something.
In the group me like 3 huge paragraphs of each one that he should.
These long diatribes of why he chose this weapon, every weapon roll combination he's looking for.
That's a main topic in and of itself. Terry's Arms Day picks.
We'll just let Terry come on the show one week just by himself and talk about Arms Day rolls for 3 hours.
That's good stuff. On my Xbox character, dude, I have level 1. And I bought the JLB 47 like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
And I go to him every week, and I have one sad little icon sitting there with one roll. And it's like,
have you been doing your test weapons?
No, man.
Yeah, you gotta you can get them done so fast. Man. So fast.
Well, then Tattoo told me the Vertigo, apparently, which I've heard before from Future War Cult's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So I thought about maybe just leveling that up.
I might need to go grab that too, because I need to pick up a legendary rocket launcher. Somebody tweeted at me after last week's episode and said the Trials rocket launcher would be a great one, and it should come up, I want to say, in the next week or 2.
Oh, that would be nice. We have to make sure and run definitely that weekend.
Yeah, we'll certainly get that.
Oh, man.
But did you do any raiding this week? Did you get any checkpoints? Get anything done?
No, sir.
Oryx checkpoint, man. That would have been great for you to do on Xbox.
I know, and I got to give a shout out to Manny, because he tried to get me in one, and I just haven't made it to it yet. So hopefully he'll invite me. Him and the guys will invite me again.
We need to get in and raid with our Titans.
Yes.
Together.
Yeah, man. That'd be fun.
Maybe
I need to level my subclasses. Yeah. I still have it was actually funny. I jumped. This is Destiny multiple console problems here. Yeah. I went from playing Trials on PS4 to, I don't know, the next day. Well, it's probably later that afternoon or at night. I jumped on Xbox, jumped in multiplayer match, Iron Banner, I think, and I popped my super thinking that I'm going to slay him because that's what I had it set on PS4. And then I remember very quickly that, no, I only have hammers unlocked on my subclass on X1. So now, like, seriously, I'm creating a headache for myself from console to console on the same game.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe I should have made a different class.
Yeah, I really want to unlock my Striker Titan abilities on my Titan, because I'm really getting tired of having to face those guys in the Crucible. I want
Right.
to be the guy with the lightning grenades and
Oh,
the
man.
Twilight Garrison and all the fun toys that Titans seem to have right now.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's getting that Garrison, man.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
let's talk about. Can we just talk about Trials for a second?
Yeah,
here
we
with
can move on to Trials. Let's talk Trials.
This weekend, man, I even named one of my streams. One of them was Mr. Garrison
Yes.
Trials with Mr. Garrison ×3, and then the next one was Pepto Bismol and Mr. Garrison. We ran Tattoo, Terry, and myself and Dixie Flatline on the second night of the passages. We ran all pink shaders from SRL with the Garrison. And dude, it was like we were jumping. And of course, most of us had lightning grenades. So it was just lightning grenade, pink, blue Titans with jumping all over the map.
Oh, yeah.
It was insane. It was a blast.
So we had
It was so
Pantheon
fun.
as the map, a nice throwback classic. I know I was pretty
Yes.
excited when I saw this pop up. I think that if I can remember back correctly, this is the first map I went flawless on.
Really?
So it
That's
felt
awesome,
pretty
dude.
sweet to have this map come back, and I hit my buddy up that I went flawless. So I was like, Pantheon, dude, and he was like, yes, I know. We got really hyped for a minute. And yeah, we had some fun. So it sounds like you guys had a blast.
We did, man.
messing
I don't know
around
what
with
it
those
is about this
Garrisons.
map. Yeah, we like it too. Like of course we're snipers, so we're gonna like those lanes. But you can we'll take like a middle strat up the stairs, down through the center. If we turn it into a rush strategy. But we went on I think technically with the boons on our first passage, we went on an 11 win streak, which really is actually
Nice.
9 wins before we lost. Dude, it was kind of one of those things where you're trying to have fun. You're not really like paying attention to winning. So it made us kind of chill a little bit.
Right.
So I think that's why we were just kind of rolling, winning, and it was just a good time. It was a lot of fun. So
Yeah,
thanks to
you
everybody
know-
that hung out with us too.
Oh yeah, I checked in for a minute, and you had some good viewership going on, and y'all were
fun,
having
man.
some fun. I think you hit on something there. When you can relax, sometimes you'll perform a lot better. I know, in particular, one match this weekend I was running Trials. I was playing with my friend Gamester and Tattoos, and this was last night actually. And we were, let me think, 7 with our Mercy lost. And I'm trying to think of which game this was, but we were coming back from like 4-2, and we were like 4-4, I want to say. And we were fighting these guys. Both of them go down. One of them's on the inside middle of the cube and went down, and he's like, the striker's like hiding around the corner. And I was under pressure, and I like kind of just reacted and ran out to try to grab my buddy. I was like, nah, he won't get me. Bam. Hit me with the super. It was done. And I just realized, like, that was really stupid. Like, as soon as I did it, I knew it was stupid. But I did it because I was like stressed and under pressure. I was like, I want to win.
Right.
But I wasn't relaxing, And if I had like chilled and taken a second to think about it, like, I would have done the smart thing and backed up back into the sniper lane and grabbed Tattoos, but I just was being dumb.
Yeah, that's part of it, dude. And it's like, then there's some moments though that would have worked out, and it wasn't a bad idea.
But it was definitely a gamble. It was absolutely a gamble. I knew I was flirting with destruction when I did it. I just
right.
was having a big head, and I was like, nah, I get him. But no, I didn't think about the fact that guy had his super.
Right. Yeah. If you can somehow keep yourself relaxed by
Yep.
running 3 garrisons
Keep
and
it
pink
cool.
shaders, it can do it. Yeah. I've actually been, and I'm going to talk about this more maybe on the next episode or so, but I've been playing around with my new Elite controller too, man, in Trials. So I've been using it on PlayStation and Xbox. So
Yeah. So how do you have that set up? What are you doing?
man, I got several tweets about this, and I think the Dirt Fam actually helped me figure it out via Twitter when I was trying to decide if I wanted to buy it, and it ended up being the one that I landed on Amazon. It's called I think Cronus Max, maybe Cronus Max. I can tweet it out. Anybody that wants to tweet either at Destiny Reset or myself, I can show you which one I ordered. But basically, man, you plug it in, and it seems kind of tedious, but it took me a minute to figure it out. But it's really simple. If anybody has any questions, just let me know. You plug in that itself to your PlayStation, and then you plug a USB hub, any cheap USB hub, into that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you plug your PlayStation controller, which won't be on. It's just plugged in for authentication. And then you plug your Xbox controller into the other USB port of that hub. So basically you have two controllers plugged in because the PlayStation tries to authenticate its controller like every 8 to 10 minutes. So the Xbox controller will turn off. So the thing is that's kind of a headache, but I wanted to buy a really nice controller. I had a gift card from Christmas, and I'm like, man, I don't know about Scuf. I've heard, different things about Scuf, good and not so good. So I've heard nothing. Everybody tweeted me back even that the Elite controller is amazing.
And this is the Xbox brand Elite controller that you got.
Yep, so Microsoft Xbox Elite controller.
What is the Cronus Max? Is that an adapter that you use?
It's just a little USB adapter that you plug into your PlayStation to then plug that hub into. So the whole point of that thing is so that you can plug your controller, your Xbox Elite controller into your console, and it will not only recognize it, but allow you to plug in a PlayStation controller for authentication.
That's kind of cool for guys like you that are working with both consoles, because then you won't have a noticeable change in your controller environment when you switch between them. I kind of like that.
It's cool. Ability. What's funny is I was talking with somebody that was asking me some questions on Twitter today. The only thing is there's no touchpad. Okay. The controller is the only difference between the controllers. So I have not figured out a way, and I don't know that I'm going to, because on PlayStation, you can't remap the touchpad. Okay. So I can't pull up my Ghost.
Oh, wow. So that's how you do it on PlayStation, is you hit the touchpad?
Touchpad, yep. That's what threw me off the most when I switched to Xbox to play with you, is like you hit that old school select button to bring up your Ghost. On the PlayStation, it's that massive touchpad, so it's you can't miss the thing. So yeah, I can't.
So you can't
really
go to orbit or be the fire team leader.
Yeah. So it actually is kind of okay for me, because I was like, well, if I'm by myself, I'll change characters, and 99% of the time I'm in a fire team about to start trials. So not a big deal.
If you're by yourself and you go to the tower, you can't leave.
No, I have to change my character. So that may be a deciding factor for somebody, but it was really important. It was really important for me to, like you said, I really actually play very well with the PlayStation controller. I don't know what it is about it. I love both controllers, but I don't know. I jump in with that PlayStation controller. Maybe it's just because I played on it so much the last year and a half. But I love this Elite controller. I'm excited that I'm going to be using it for both consoles. So I've been using my past trials runs to kind of get used to it. And as I play with it a week or two more, I'm going to share my thoughts on it. But I can tell you, everyone was right. This thing is heavy. It's nice quality. The paddles are crazy, dude. They're like kind of magnetized. So you can just flip them right out of their sockets and then put them right back in. Like, this controller is legit. I even put my my Control Freak joystick grips on it. So
nice.
You can still use those as well. But anyways, if the Ghost thing is a break point for you, I understand. Actually, a dude was tweeting me on Twitter this week, and Paul was his name, and he's like, so you can't get on your Sparrow? And I'm like, oh, dude, you're right.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I can't get on my Sparrow. I don't ever go. I hardly ever. It made me realize I hardly ever go anywhere to even get on my Sparrow. I didn't even realize it. But anyways, man, sorry, random tangent, but definitely a solid controller, dude. I like it.
No, it's good stuff to know. Good stuff to know.
Yep. So did you guys go flawless again this week? Since it was your match?
we did not pull it off, man.
You said like 7 that one game.
I think
You're gonna go tonight. That's what it was. You're gonna go tonight.
We got flawless. 6. We got to 7 one night. I think we got to 7 again another night. I've played a few different nights, but I haven't been able to run like multiple consecutive cards.
Right.
So it was like play for an hour one night, play for an hour another night. And we'll see if we can get it done tonight. I certainly feel like we will get there if we keep working at it. We ran into some stuff. I I actually had one of the nights I got booted and took a loss, and then took another loss, so I didn't get to use my mercy. So that put me behind. We just had all kinds of issues this weekend with our cards. Just could not get it straight.
Well, you're running with my boy.
Yeah.
Tattoo now. Them's tattoos.
Oh yeah, he's strong, man.
He's a great trials partner.
I like playing with him. Absolutely.
Yep. Me,
if
you,
I
and
could
him
just
gotta
get you
run,
to show
dude.
up one night.
Yeah, I know, man. I passed out on you last night.
I
know, dude.
No show arrow.
On a random side note, we always got to touch on these when we complete them. My Crucible weekly bounties this week, dude.
Yeah.
Second time now. Actually, maybe the third time. Got an exotic, man. 310 Telesto.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not getting those ghost shells, and I would like to get that shader, though, that we talked about.
Yeah.
That's not happening, apparently.
I have mine queued up to turn in. I had 3 weeklies that I turned in, and I have 2 sitting there, but I also had the Iron Banner weeklies, and I was going to see if I finished the Iron Banner weeklies, I was going to try to turn those in, but I needless to say, have not finished the Iron Banner weeklies.
Right. I know. Yeah,
so I think I'm just going to go ahead and turn those other 2 regular weeklies in, see what I get. But while we're on the subject, we won't dance around it anymore. Iron Banner Rift.
Well, do we want to jump in on our Rift thoughts immediately?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Okay, Rift, I like that game mode. I actually almost had some good experiences starting off. I had like my first 2 or 3 games, my random, I went in solo. Just going to try it solo. My team won, team of randos, we won a couple games. But I've had some rough experiences too, which I guess you can't really expect it, not expect that when you're jumping in solo. I even had a game, dude, I jumped in, I think it was yesterday for a couple games. I saved it as a clip on my Xbox. I was flying into the match. You know how you can hear it sometimes?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even hear anything. I just saw a medallion and a moat pop up on my screen as my spaceship is flying flying into the planet.
Interesting.
So lost before I even got into the match. Hey, but got a medallion.
Free medallion,
though, so,
right?
Free medallion. Yeah, which I think I'm setting on 5 of them right now on Xbox because I've went on a losing streak. I'm only doing my Xbox character because I need primaries on that character, so I'm going to pick up the Scout. But I've been kind of just jumping in randomly here and there and playing solo. So not a lot of team play for me. What about you, man?
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I played 1 night of Iron Banner this week, and I cannot do it again.
Can't do it again, huh?
And I'm not trying to be a self-fulfilling prophecy here. No, I played with Aesthetic X and friends.
Okay.
Trying to remember some of the other guys' gamer tags because I know you guys on Twitter, but I can't remember your gamer tags. Shout out to all of you that we got to play with. I had a fun time playing with the guys, but I could just not. I cannot deal with that game type. It is just...
You just don't like it at all, huh? Just flat out, that game type?
Not for Iron Banner, man.
Yeah.
I really feel as if I were able to put together a team of guys that really wanted to master Rift, and we did it regularly, and we wanted to talk and make strategies for different maps and really noodle it, I think that it could be a fun thing to play.
Right.
But while Iron Banner, people grind it out, it's still a semi-casual experience for people. They just want to get in and play the games and have fun, right? You're going to play a lot of games, so you don't want to be sweating every single night during Iron Banner over every single match. And in Rift, you are either going to know what to do, know the map, and get in there and dominate, or you're going to get your butt handed to you.
Right.
And that happened more often than not. And it's just not as fun. I want to have fun, and it wasn't a fun time for me. So I wasn't trying to be Debbie Downer and be a naysayer Rift, blah, blah. I just didn't have fun. And if I'm not going to have fun doing it, I'm not going to go back in there.
Yeah, man. It's just not. There's nothing wrong with not being into a certain game mode. I had those moments where, playing solo, it's like oh man, we're about to come back with this. There's my teammate, running through. It'd be so great if I was in a fire team and I'm communicating. I definitely can see where the appeal is and where the fun is. I could even see myself enjoying it. I just haven't given it time. I haven't hardly played Rift at all since it launched, man. And this is probably the first time I've jumped in it since the first month or month and a half of the Taken King. So I think it's a cool idea, cool game mode, but if I jump in it again, it's going to be with at least 3, 4, 5 people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, again, I'm not trying to be like negative Nancy here and be a hater, on
well, if
this,
you don't like it, that's simple, man. You don't like it, right?
Just wasn't for me, man. So
you like your control. What'd you think? What'd you say back in the day about Iron Banner Clash? Did you like Clash, or you just?
I didn't mind it. I still preferred Control. I mean, it was fun for the month that we did, or for the week that it fell. I still it was fun for that, but then by the next one, I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go back to Control for Iron Banner.
Right. What do you think about the idea of like a Iron Banner playlist 1 month where we can play skirmish and you know what I mean?
I would just say
that.
Bring it into 3s 1 month or something.
Oh man, I would
do skirmish
I would be
or something.
So ready for
Iron
that.
Banner skirmish. That's it. Dude, I would.
That would be so
totally be on that. That would be a lot of fun. I also force some people to try skirmish that don't play skirmish.
And I heard that on another.
Fun it is.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people would jump on board because I heard that on another Destiny podcast about really the deciding factor for a lot of PvP players is, do they play 6s or do they play 3s?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Trials brought a lot of people over to 3s, but I don't know, man. I think you're right. A lot of people that just play Iron Banner would be surprised that they actually would like skirmish. Because I remember the first skirmish game I jumped into when I first started playing PvP, and we got destroyed. And I was like, this is goofy. I can't play just 3 people. And now that's all I play, dude. I mean, I go to the Crucible playlist when it's not Iron Banner, and I'm straight to skirmish.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, I mean, I've been paying attention for sure to what people said about it, and I've heard people echo what I've said. I've heard people turn around and say, "Look, I didn't like it at first, but after I played it all week, I'm having fun." Mm-hmm. I might have felt the same way if I gave it a shot, but I wasn't motivated to get in there and not have fun all week, just for the grind of the gear. I just didn't want it that bad.
I mean, the only thing that I really want's that scout rifle. I have the other stuff. What, man, Iron Banner spoiled me on Xbox last time. I got 310 gauntlets. I mean, I got some crazy gear. So the only thing really, unless I get crazily a higher drop than what I've gotten the last time, is that scout rifle. I really kind of want to pick up that scout rifle. So
yeah.
Which we'll see. I'm not even level 3 yet, so we'll see if we can grind it out real quick tonight.
Man, it takes no time.
Mm-hmm.
On Mondays.
With those weeklies too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Goes so fast.
So it should be no problem for me. Maybe we can even fit in a Nightfall. Maybe even a Trials run.
Maybe.
Let's see. Well, I guess we'll wrap up the show, guys. No.
Yeah. We got to get out of here. We're running out of game time. No. Let's get into some news. Let's move on from our reset because we had fun, but let's look at what else happened this week, man. We had a Bungie weekly update. Nice to have those back on a weekly basis again.
Normal routine.
Yeah, man. You want to tell us about anything that they talked about in the weekly update this week?
Yeah. Do we let's talk some Crimson Devils, dude.
Absolutely.
We learned quite a bit about it, right? Let's jump right into that. You want to?
Yeah, so Crimson Devils have they kind of gave us the details now. So Crimson Devils, you form a fire team with a friend, confront all challengers in an all-new 2v2 elimination mode. I think it's first to 5 rounds, so it's almost like 2v2 trials.
Did they say revives? Are there revives? This has to be, right?
Yeah, it's elimination.
Yeah,
so
it's elimination. Right? Yep. So revives.
So everybody was wondering what's the big deal with Crimson Devils. So what happens is there's a buff called Broken Heart. So if your teammate dies, you basically get a boost to everything.
Yeah, I think it's like all your stats, right? Armor and
Yeah.
So I heard
He
somebody
said,
saying like basically you become a hunter with certain gear.
Yeah, dude. You basically get a maximum. He said, here's what Leaf said. He said maximum ratings for armor, agility, recovery, and weapon handling. Maximum ratings. Dude, that sounds
Dude, it's gonna
crazy.
It's gonna put you like those moments if you play trials where it's 1v3 and you're still pretty much running around normal. This is gonna just make you feel like a superhero, dude.
Pretty much. So it sounds
and all
pretty
you
cool.
have to do is kill a couple guys, right?
Yeah, just kill 2 guys. Is that right?
Exactly.
Well, what sucks
I don't
is
know.
when you bring the first one down, even if you're 2v1, you bring one down, the other guy's gonna have the same buff you do.
Yep.
So
This
it could be
actually
interesting.
sounds kind of fun. Yeah, man. I didn't know what they were gonna do with it, but I don't know. I think it's gonna be a good time. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yep. So it's going to be a 1 week only deal starting February 9th. Reward wise, and here's where they really caught me. Ghost shells up to 320 light.
Oh yeah.
Holla.
Yes.
The ghost shells that they showed off, like there's one that looks like it's basically chocolate. Did you see these
I know,
pictures?
right? Yeah,
Like,
yeah. There was
it's
like
pretty
pink
much a chocolate bar
heart candy and then
ghost.
chocolate.
Yeah, and then there's the pink one. The pink one has a really cool like pink floaty aura around it. We've got a couple of it looks like maybe just one emblem, 2 shaders. They have a consumable called a Crimson Connection, which gives you everybody in your fire team an experience gain on all equipped weapons for 30 minutes. That's pretty cool.
Right.
Like a fire
I kind of
team
wish
buff.
it was armor and/or ghosts as well, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
I mean, seriously, can we get an armor buff? Like some kind of experience armor buff? It's so ridiculous, man.
I was just saying that I was putting motes into my garrison this weekend, and I did like 15 to 20 of them, and it barely moved. I'm like, nope. I have like 500, but I'm not wasting my motes on that.
Yeah.
Takes so long, dude.
And then we also have some brand new, fresh Eververse emotes.
Yes.
We saw the awkward and strange dances. One of these, which is obviously a very direct copy of old Drake's
yes.
Call Me on My Cell Phone dance. That looks like it's going to be pretty popular. We're seeing a fist bump, something called a secret greeting. Don't ask me what that means. And then there's some kind of, I don't know what this other thing is. It says charm potential new friends when you're looking for a fire team.
I'm
I don't know
excited
what
about
that
fist
means.
bump, man.
Fist
That
bump
one's
is
gonna be cool.
sweet, dude. But you
Yeah.
know what pisses me off about these emotes that involve 2 people? There's no like sync function.
Oh, right. Yeah, you had mentioned that before when they were.
Yeah,
did
when they
the-
had the friend, the
Mhm.
refer a friend emotes, like I really assumed that there would be something where it would let you like sync it up and do it together. No,
Mhm.
man, like you're gonna always try to get it in sync, and it's never gonna happen.
Not gonna work.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, that's true. You just have to get on a
Fix it, bungo.
you both just know you got to count down before you do it at the
Yeah.
end of a trials.
Well, yeah,
round.
and you're still gonna count down. It's still not gonna be right.
It's gonna be off. Yep.
Did you notice?
I love.
if you
Go
go to. Did you see the Crimson Days page that
Mhm.
they have? You know how you scroll all the way down, they have the tricorn emblem that has roses on it.
Yeah.
Did you notice the American Beauty call out on that?
Oh, yes.
Go check
Yep,
that out,
good
guy.
call, man.
I think I hit on something here. I'm pretty sure this is a American
That's
Beauty
funny,
reference
dude.
here. And
Yep,
I was like,
that's
oh, that's
funny.
kind of funny. That's funny.
That
Nobody
is.
noticed that.
Very nice.
Whoever
man.
is listening, the graphic guy over there, I saw it. I saw it. I get your joke.
At least one.
At least one guardian
cyborg
got your
saw
joke.
it.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
spread the word.
That's funny. Dude, I love the way the Broken Heart looks too. That your character, like the actual aesthetic of the.
Oh yeah, like
red
the
and-
cool aura that you get.
yeah. Mhm.
It looks. It
Yep.
does look really sweet. It's like
Yeah, I
a
think it's gonna
red
be fun.
aura superpower.
The thing is, like our conversation with Paul last week, is this stuff is great. I love this in the game randomly here and there, but it would be really great in between a couple DLC packs.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But
Sandwiched right
that's
in
just-
there, right?
Yeah, year 2 for us. That's all right.
So
Good stuff, man.
also in the weekly update, they talk some more about PvP matchmaking balance. You want to tell us
we
about
got a
this?
few updates, man. We actually got a total, was it 3?
I think 3, maybe
3 different
4. I
things
don't know.
Yeah, they launched Iron Banner on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday they released the first matchmaking patch, and then we got a couple more after that.
Yeah, they kept day after day. They were tweaking, doing this, doing that.
Which I gotta say, man, I still ran into some red bars here and there, but overall for me, I definitely saw less lag. Now, occasionally we saw some green bar lag, which
that's
you didn't
always
really
weird.
see too often. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, I honestly gotta say, overall for my experience, I saw less lag. But I've played Iron Banner like maybe, I don't know, 2.5 nights for an hour at a time, so I haven't played a ton either. So
yeah,
you know,
I didn't play
I'm not
enough
sure.
to give any feedback on this. Unfortunately, could not be part of that experiment for Bungie, but hopefully they had plenty of players playing so that they could get some feedback, know what's going on. But
yeah, we want to encourage you guys too to tweet at them. We sent out a tweet just to get some constructive feedback. Send that at any point. You can tweet us and them just to help in some way. We can get some matchmaking in order, right?
Right.
So,
do you feel like that is a step in the right direction? Do you like what they did with that?
I like all the communication, man. Even if, like I was saying last week, even if they don't fix it, at least we have open dialogue with them. We know what they're doing.
Well, at least tell me if you're experimenting on me.
Right? Yes, exactly. Yep. Even if you break it, we're going to be frustrated, but we probably would have been frustrated anyways.
Yeah, well, I'll chalk it up. Be like, well, they're trying something new. It's, it's okay.
I like it, man. I like all the updates we got. I don't know. I hope we see that transparency with some other areas as well.
It's a step in the right direction. Keep it up, please. And we like the way that you handled that.
Definitely, man.
Do more.
Definitely.
Other really big news this week. So Bungie's got a new CEO. If you haven't heard, Mr. Pete Parsons, longtime Bungie executive and member of the Bungie board of directors. So what do you think happened here, Arrow?
I don't know, man. I feel like obviously this wasn't in direct relation to like what's happened over the last couple weeks.
Of course,
you don't get rid of
that stuff doesn't happen overnight.
Which I guess we don't know officially if they asked the other CEO to step down, but usually that's the way it works if they announce, that kind of thing. But
the assumption
like
is that
before,
Harold Ryan either was asked to step down, or was terminated or got a vote of no confidence from the board. We don't know how long this has been going on, but it's unsurprising after 2 months of silence that you see a move like this because basically with, some big shakeups about to happen, and trust me, people know that it's not like it just happens and there's only 5 people that know about it. There's rumblings, there's grumblings. People start to catch the way the wind's blowing. Communication slows down.
We got a tweet, man, giving us some, I don't know what you would call it. Basically, you kind of said this last week. You kind of were mentioning that, there usually when this kind of stuff happens, something might be going on the inside. And look what happens the next week, man. I mean,
yeah, it was kind of weird. The timing of that, basically putting out that episode the day before this happened. I'm not, trying to toot my own horn. I just, the fact is like it was becoming more and more obvious that something was going on and there was some kind of problem. So what this does is tell us as customers, as a community, that their board of directors in Bungie realizes that there were some issues. They're trying to take a corrective action, put someone as the CEO of the company that they feel like is going to do a better job moving forward of leading Bungie. Not at all to say that Harold Ryan didn't do a fabulous job of putting out Destiny and The Taken King.
Up to this point, right?
Obviously, we've enjoyed the hell out of this game. But for whatever reason, they feel like they wanted somebody else in that position. So, we want to thank Harold Ryan for his service
Definitely
at Bungie,
Yeah,
and
no
for
question,
the thing that he helped and lead, the development of, because we definitely have enjoyed the hell out of this game. And also wish Pete a lot of luck moving forward.
Yeah, man, for sure. And from what I understand, obviously we don't know Pete personally, but from what I understand, he's a gamer.
Yeah.
And they said specifically, they said he'll be tasked with leading the talented Bungie team as they continue to develop great Destiny experiences. And he actually did a little announcement to the Destiny community, and we'll share that real quick. He said, "To the players of Destiny, I want you to know that my number one priority and Bungie's is and always has been to deliver great games that we can all share together. I believe that Destiny is a one-of-a-kind experience. I also believe you have yet to see our studio's best work. My new role here at the studio will be entirely focused on fulfilling that promise. This is yet another new beginning and a new challenge for our studio. We remain committed to creating great experiences in Destiny." So I like the sound of that. That's obviously thought out, typed paragraph.
It's nice marketing speak, but
you're right. Yep.
It doesn't mean that I wouldn't put some stock into what he's saying, and I certainly do hope that what we've seen isn't the best yet, because that would mean that we get some really awesome things out of us with this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
definitely, man, that's good stuff. I like you said, done great so far. Obviously, can always have a little work to do. We talked about it last week, but I'm excited for the future, man. I think we're gonna go places with Destiny over the next 8 years. So
yep, very interested to see next what goes on February 11th at the Activision earnings call.
Mm-hmm.
See what they have to say about Destiny, if there's anything that we can glean from them.
It's Destiny. I've always liked the back end of the gaming industry, like watching. It was so fun to see like Microsoft and Sony compete when they were releasing the new consoles. And honestly, Destiny in and of itself is entertaining to see how they manage this huge game and this new kind of experience on console. I feel like this year is another growing pain for them. I'm really excited to see what happens in year 3, and how they learn from these first couple of years. I don't know. It's just kind of fun to see how they handle it, how they lay it out and market it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that was the news this week. I think that's about all we can throw out there.
We've at least got some news.
Yeah,
right?
we have
now,
things to talk about in news, guys.
Good stuff.
So for our main topic this week, guys, what we want to talk about is how do we stay engaged in the game of Destiny with the very obvious drought of new content at the moment. Of course, this week in which you listen to this episode, there won't be anything terribly fresh going on. Iron Banner will have come to a close, and we'll be waiting another week for Crimson Doubles and the next big quarterly content patch, or whatever fix-it patch that they put out every quarter. And so we were sitting here talking to me and Aaron, we're like, how do we want to stay engaged in this game? And what are the things that we've done in the past? What are some things that we can share that people may have not ever thought about or never come across? And so we want to talk about this week, man. So you want to kick it off for us?
Yeah, actually, I'm just going to lead with this because it's something I never did, really. I think I did it one afternoon, but a couple, 3, 4, 5 ghosts. But you challenged me to go ghost hunting because it was awesome, and I still haven't done that. So that, number one for me, is a way I can stay engaged in Destiny when I'm not PvPing it to keep me busy right now.
Now you can do it for 2 consoles.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I am definitely not concentrating on Grimoire Score on my Xbox character, dude.
Right.
Don't even go there. Don't even go there.
Dude, we could boost you up so fast.
We could, man. We could actually, that ghost, when we played that, is it the Saber Nightfall, that the ghost is down in the air conditioning duct?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, we did it on PS4 when it was, what was it, last week? And I went in there and I'm like, oh yeah, Cyborg showed me this on Xbox. Did I ever get this on PlayStation? Nope. There it was right there, man. I needed you on PlayStation a long time ago.
I incepted you.
Yep. I think
caused your
that's
grimoire
good.
to go up without you realizing
That's good.
it.
Actually, dude, I was at this is even to take it a step further. I was at 4,000 exactly, which I know is nothing to brag about, but I was happy it was 4,000. And I got that ghost, and now I'm 4,010. So thank you for not letting me keep my 4,000, my very nice rounded off figure. Nah, I'm just kidding, man.
No, but
no,
I've talked about this plenty on the show, and when we had the last content drought, in the weeks leading up to the House of Wolves, we were pretty burned and had pretty much run everything we could run. Gotten all the equipment we could get. I had my crux. Like, I was like, man, I'm out of white unicorns to chase. What do I do? And so I saw this great, just artificial number I could increase
exactly
for pretend respect points. So I started going around. I was like looking at all the ways I could increase my grimoire. And if you look in your grimoire in the Destiny companion app, you'll see there's lots of activities you can do to increase that. Whether it's kills with a particular subclass or wins in a particular PvP playlist or strike completions, VIP patrol completions, all this kind of fun stuff you can grind out. So I started kind of slowly but surely doing different things. I went a couple nights with one of my buddies and we spent like an hour or two ghost hunting. And what you can do is go to, let me make sure I get this URL right. DestinyGhostHunter.net. Yeah, that's it. Go to DestinyGhostHunter.net. You can enter your gamer tag. It will look and it will tell you which fallen ghosts you have picked up out in the wild and which you have not. And it will actually give you a drop down and you can pull up like an exact video for where that particular ghost is, go right to it. It's really, really easy. And it's really good if you do this with like one or two other people, because what you can do is like we'll look at who has what. Okay, we're going to go after these particular ones. And then one person will pull up a video, the other person will pull up the next. And so we'll follow one guy, and then the next guy will lead us to the next one, and the next guy will lead us to the next one. You kind of go round and round. Mm-hmm. If you're like really into being efficient and you're nerdy. You gotta have a system for everything, right? So, but it was actually kind of fun to do because when I did it, like it brought me to all these places in maps that I'd never even looked at. And I was like, oh my gosh, like who found this for the first time?
That's what I've heard.
How did you, because some of them are kind of hard to reach. Like you really have to work on the platforming and jump on the right spots and stuff. And I swear to God, like the guys who found some of these for the first time are just must not have any life. Like I have no idea how they found some of these ghosts. So it was pretty fun to do that though, like to really take a look at some of the places in the maps that you probably never looked at before and just explore the Destiny world. It's really big. And there's a lot that you don't notice until you're doing something like this. And there's a lot more ghosts now than there were then. And I actually need to do some ghost hunting myself. So I actually am going to plan to do this fairly soon.
Actually, man, sitting here listening to you share this with them, your experience, this is great to do right now to go get your selfie, your Guardian selfie by Friday.
That's a great way to do it, man.
There you go.
Go explore, find all these cool places where the ghosts are, and you can
win some engrams.
Yeah, you can win some engrams. Real engrams, guys.
From Brad. some real life
Brad's
loot.
engrams.
So what else we got, man? What else?
Okay, so we've got two other full raids that we can run in this game, right? And I cannot tell you how many Guardians that are newer to the game. Newer. I'm not just saying like newbies or fresh meat, whatever, but newer Guardians that have not run Vault of Glass, have not run Crota's Inn. If you haven't done that, it's such a big part of the Destiny experience. Mm-hmm. Like especially Vault of Glass.
Yeah, that's why it would be so cool to have incentive to go back, so people would almost not really be forced, but pretty close to it, to go back and run something like Vault of Glass.
Yeah.
Because you got to get some of the Dirt fam together and go run it. It is such a fun raid.
It really is a fun raid, and it's still challenging. It'll still test you, even if you've ran it countless times. I've done it semi-recently, not like in the near recent past, but a couple months ago, and I still found myself like making dumb mistakes. It's like, okay, this raid is still hard.
Yep.
But like Vault of Glass specifically, there's some really fun ways that you can run it that will make it like kind of a blast. Some that I've seen some videos of and kind of played around with would be have 6 warlocks, all Void Walker with Obsidian Mine, just running just Nova Bomb City, man, especially on the areas where the Templar is and all that stuff in between. Like, it can be a lot of fun just throwing down just tons and tons of Nova Bomb with Bloom.
You warlock.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And then I've also seen some all Bubble Bros strats in there that looks pretty fun. Just chaining orbs, chaining bubbles.
Yeah.
Never
bubble
stops.
after bubble.
Yeah. It looks pretty fun.
Stuff.
So there's some fun ways you can get into those activities and not just run that activity, but go do something unique and interesting.
Well, you know, I gotta say too, I do still like Crota's Inn, the Crota's Inn raid. It's just a different kind of raid. It's fun, and I will say, you guys, I'm sure, did this too. Back in the day, we turned it between that drought that we had, you know, just shorter than now, but it was we slowly dwindled down how many people we needed to run the Crota raid. Obviously some cheesing was involved just to experiment to see if we could do it. And we went from like 4 people, the whole raid I'm talking about. We went from 4 people to 3 people to me and my buddy would run, Crota from start to finish with just 2 people.
Nice.
All the way to the end. Yeah. And you know, it was just fun. You didn't even realize it, but that's what you were doing. You're challenging yourself. And that's what you were doing in a content drought, you know, to keep engaged. It was just fun, you know. And of course you wanted the loot, you know. Back in the day we had to get very specific drops to hit max level. And
very specific.
So, yeah. So it's good stuff, man.
Yeah. So, you know, if any of you guys listen to Crucible Radio, you might hear our buddy Swain Stash talk about running Crota's Inn solo. Solo's End. He does it like religiously every week, because he's always trying to get, year 1 exotics and stuff. Yeah. And, if you ever go watch his stream, you're probably still doing it. I haven't checked lately, but it's a sight to see. And it's something, you know, it's not like unachievable for people to do. Like, running Crota's Inn solo is one of those things, like, there's so much cheese in that raid. If you're willing to exploit it, and you just learn the techniques, like any, you know, pretty well-versed Guardian could probably pull it off. Mm-hmm. So go check that out. I mean, it's a challenging, fun thing to do. Another thing that I did as well, right before the House of Wolves, in between that content drought, was we went and got our Flawless Raider achievement.
Oh man, I still need to do that, and this is such a great time to do it.
Crota's Inn is the place to do it.
Okay.
For sure, because of the ways that you can get through that. Actually, the hardest part that you'll run into is, what is it called? The section of that raid that has the bridge in between the,
the Abyss. Is that right?
No, after the Abyss.
Bridge.
Yeah, the next section after
the Abyss
the
is the beginning.
Yeah,
the
next section after the Abyss. Mm-hmm. That's actually the hardest thing, because there's some platforming involved that you can screw up. And we actually had the hardest time getting through that until we kind of everybody had it down perfect. But once you get through that, like, you're gold, as long as you know those encounters. And most people recommend you do it with 3 people, just for, you know, getting through it the easiest way. But we actually did it with 4 on our flawless run and had a pretty fun time.
Yeah, man, that's a good point. I've almost completely forgot. I was so set to get that Flawless Raider
Yeah.
back in the day when we were at the level to do Crota's Inn.
Yeah.
Now I definitely need to.
Oh, you could
to jump
definitely
back
get it
and
now.
do it.
It's not too bad too. It only took us like 2 nights
Okay.
of trying to get through it. Probably like 4, maybe 5 hours of playtime, and we knocked it out.
Very
And we were
cool.
playing with me and my buddy and one other guy and like a random that we picked off of Reddit that was trying to get it. So
It's kind of
Can
one
be
of those
done.
things you just have to set your mind to, like, this is what I'm going to
Yep.
do tonight.
just commit to
Other-
okay, we're doing this all night. If we don't get it, we'll do it all again tomorrow night.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
But it was
Mentally
just fun to
prepare
have that
yourself
under your
for it.
belt, and like it gives you that sense of like, hell yeah, like I did that completely flawless, like nobody died.
Mhm.
Like it makes you feel good about playing well, you know?
Yeah, I said forever ago, back in year one, when I realized how much I enjoyed Destiny and how much I was playing it, that I wanted to platinum Destiny. So I need to jump back on that and try to make that happen. So
You should,
it's
man.
good stuff, man.
I'm
Yep.
really I would be able to do that if I had a PS4. First of all, there is no
First
platinum
of all, yeah.
trophy in Xbox, but the equivalent of that, if I would make a hunter, I would have it, but I just refuse.
Yeah, that's
to
the
delete
one
my
I
second
thought.
warlock. It has nothing against hunters. I just cannot get rid of
Mhm.
my second warlock.
I remember looking through because I like getting trophies on PlayStation and achievements on Xbox, but it's not, most of the time it's not something I try to do. But when I was going through Destiny after realizing how many I'd already had, I was like, okay, a flawless raid is going to be hard. And then I
Yeah.
saw that one at the time, probably when I had one character, and I'm thinking, no, there's no way I'm going to have 3 characters. I'm not going to do that. And now I have 3 plus 1.5
Yep.
on another console. So
And yet we do.
good stuff, man.
Man, a really cool thing I saw, the movie of the week this week, a guy not only soloed Skolas, which, you know, back when he was,
Oh man,
you know, before we raised all of our levels and everything like that would be just unheard of. But
dude, I think with a fire team, I only beat him
oh yeah,
once.
it was a
time.
challenge for a lot of people. But so this guy soloed it and he did it with only melees. Go
Oh
check
my
out the
gosh.
movie of the week on the Bungie Weekly Update. Very impressive, very cool. I hear, you know, with the increased light and attack defense values that encounter is a lot more manageable now.
Mhm.
But there's stuff like that to do. You know, just go rub Skolas's nose in the dirt to pay him back for all those times that you couldn't get it done. I would just love to do that.
I know, man. You know, so we were just talking about this before the show. I wish sometimes, you know, I don't know, maybe if we didn't have to sleep, you know, I
Right.
enjoy all other aspects of life, but sometimes I just want to jump on Destiny and go run through Vault of Glass or
Yeah.
just jump in Prison of Elders. But we jump on and it's like, we were talking about this. It's like, I need to do this, and this before, like tonight, man, we need to run IB. I need to really probably do the Nightfall real quick. And then let's try to fit in some trials.
Right.
Like, it's not, hey, we should just make it a point to do that one night. Let's
Yeah.
go do Vault of Glass.
We'll have to do it.
Put on old gear.
We had another kind of funny idea that we came up with that we think we might actually run with as a community night one night.
This would be cool,
But
man.
you could have your own classic D1 Destiny day, right? So you go and for an entire night, you play the game the way it was released at vanilla. Okay. So what that means is that
For example.
you have to farm Ascendant shards.
Yes.
Uh,
And run in circles
yeah.
on the planets collecting materials
For-
the old school
for
way.
2 hours.
Yep, you can't
you
spend
know.
legendary marks just to get your mats.
You have to farm strikes. You have to run the Nightfall, but if everybody dies, you have to go to orbit.
Mhm.
No respawning at checkpoints.
Which I actually kind of miss, man. That
Yeah.
made it kind of intense.
Yeah, so I think one night we might gauge the interest before we before we throw
That-
this out. But even for an
Yeah.
hour, just having like classic Destiny Day, like D1
That would be
Destiny
funny,
Day, I
man.
think would be kind of interesting.
You guys need to tweet us not only how you're staying engaged, but tweet us classic D1 Destiny Day ideas for Derp
Yep.
Fam Night.
Tell us those old D1 activities you used to run, how we can build those into our classic Destiny night that we'll run soon.
It'd be so funny. It would be equally painful and funny at
Yep.
the same time. How is that possible?
Somehow, somehow the
good,
rage and the joy intertwine.
I will say, man, for me, I'm staying engaged, and this is such a great thing on the other side of Destiny. I love PvP, man, and I feel the people that don't play a lot of PvP and they're big. I mean, I love my PvE content, but it's so nice to jump right over to PvP when this content is kind of where it's at right now, because I mean, you guys know it. I'm in trials almost every weekend, any
Right.
chance I can be, and that creates such longevity in the game.
Oh, it
Like,
definitely does.
It's just insane, really. Like when you get an idea right, and Bungie got it right with trials. Like other than the rewards we're getting right now, but
Yeah.
we'll leave that alone.
And
Trials is so fun.
let
Man.
me just say, as a guy, and this is coming from a guy that could not stand playing PvP when I first came into this game, go get good at PvP and you'll have so much more fun. If you are a player who's just like, no, I'm just PvE, man, I'm not into PvP, like, suck it up, get in there, have some fun, play with some people, grind it out until you find a way to have fun, till you find your niche, till you get good with a weapon. It will enhance the replayability of this game like fivefold for you.
It's crazy, man. It really
Like,
does.
if
There's
you're
no doubt
not
about
doing these things like trials, if you're not doing these things like your daily and weekly Crucible events, like, there is a lot of fun to be had there, but it's fun that comes when you kind of find your place, kind of find your feet in the Crucible. Yeah, I really did not have a lot of fun until it was like, I couldn't tell you it was a particular game or a particular day, but it was one day like a switch flipped, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of getting it now. I'm kind of getting good, you know, not like really good, but like, okay, I'm not getting destroyed at every turn. I was like, this is kind of fun when I kill the other guy. And if you can just get yourself to that point by just getting in there and starting to figure out how the systems work and how to get better, you'll have so much more fun in this game.
And I feel like there's a lot of players, a lot of Guardians out there that they don't feel like they can jump in. They're not at the level they need to be. And man, as much as I play Trials right now, I have played shooters all the way back to before SOCOM. I've mentioned how much I loved SOCOM, my group of friends. And I played decent on those games, it was just one of those things. You play it a lot, you get better. And I even jumped into Destiny, and after playing PvE for 6 months when it first came out, I jumped in, and that was the skirmish match I was talking about earlier. I can remember going into one of my first couple skirmish matches and just got destroyed. And I probably didn't jump back in for a week.
Oh, yeah.
And I play shooters, so it's like, it's exactly what you're saying. Like, you just gotta just jump in there, grab the weapons you like. It's so cool in Destiny that you take all of that with you across all the activities.
Yeah.
And just try to do it. Get some derp fam together and jump in, make it, maybe a little less stressful for you.
Right.
And you're right, man. Like, PvP just opens up a whole nother ball game.
Get in there and play with people, and don't be afraid to ask for tips. Don't be afraid to like play with somebody in the Dirt Fam and say, hey man, like, can I just follow you? Or, tell me what you're doing. Or I don't know. There's so many ways that if you're vocal about wanting to improve, how dramatically it can help you. Because like me personally, like, I really try to play with people that are better than me, like
Right.
on a routine basis. And there are a lot of people that are better than me. Understand this. So, but what I've done is started really to focus on, like, I really pay attention to what those people do when they're playing as much as I can, beyond when I'm playing. And I'll ask them questions like, why do you run this? Or what are you doing here? Like, why do you run this certain way? Like, oh, what's your grenade say? You got to ask questions, and it'll give you little tidbits of how to improve and how to move better, how to use your gun skill and how to improve your gun skill.
I watch streams, and I see these players jump in spots on maps that I never even pay attention to.
Yeah.
and it's like, that's the kind of things that I try to pay attention to as well. And I don't know, it's just, there's so much fun to be had in PvP, and it's so easy to get discouraged. It was so cool that they brought bounties into trials, and a big thing we've heard from our listeners about trials is they get in with a group, and usually outside of the derp fam, and it gets really salty, and that just creates an experience. It's not fun no matter what you're doing. So I mean, if you don't have a normal crew, a normal fire team, jump in all our places and find you a couple people to run with, and that'll get the saltiness out of it, man, and that'll make it that much better.
A big part of when you're trying to improve in Crucible that you'll run into is controlling your tilt level. That's like a very basic fundamental skill that you have to master in the Crucible, especially when you start out and you're not very good. Like, you're going to get tilted a lot unless you just have the patience of a saint. You don't care about anything. If you're dying a lot, you're going to get tilted quick, and you have to learn to recognize that and be like, okay, I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting tilted. Like, I either need to take a break, or I need to recognize what's going on and pull back for a minute, understand, that I'm causing some of this, because that was something I had to get my head around when I first started trying to improve, like just owning up the tilt, not letting myself get frustrated at things that I couldn't control, owning up the things that I was realizing I was doing and making mistakes, and be like, okay, I can't get pissed off about this because I stood in the wrong place. That's my fault.
I do the same thing, man.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like going back and watching your gameplay, except doing it live while you're making mistakes.
Right.
I jump out. The biggest thing I do now is I run from fights all the time. As soon as I don't have full health, I'm running away from somebody.
Yeah, that's something I've been trying to work on.
And if I jump back out and I don't listen to myself, I really try to stop myself from getting any kind of frustrated and say, dude, you jumped out when you were one shot.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to die.
Yeah.
You're not going to win that battle.
Oh yeah, I keep finding, and I've been getting better at recognizing that the same exact thing. I'm poking my head out. Okay, I just killed this guy. I have a tiny fraction of health, but I know this guy is hard scoping. Like, why the hell did I think that I could stick my head out and get that shot when all he had to do was body shot me? Like, bloodthirst.
Yep.
Yep,
exactly, man. We talked about it.
But it's just little things like that. But to kind of rein it back in, guys, like, PvP is still, it's a big part of this game. It can be a big part of this game if you let it. If you get in there and want to improve, go listen to Crucible Radio. Those guys are just full of constant tips on improvement. It'll give you a breath of fresh air in relation to what goes on in the Crucible and the culture that surrounds it and is being created around it.
What's easy to forget about their show too, man, is their whole angle they take on that show is how they can improve.
Yep.
And how people can improve with them in what they do. So yeah, that's huge, man. Definitely listen to that.
But there's tons of stuff to do. Going back to Grimoire, like there's a series of game types that you can go up to 100 wins to get Grimoire points on. I would recommend, as you kind of find your feet in the Crucible, pick one of those game types and play it nonstop for weeks until you get those 100 wins. That alone made me better at 6s, made me better at 3s, maybe better at Rumble, you name it, because I would just practice it. Like, night after night, I was like, come on, guys, let's play Clash. Like, every night for weeks. And before I knew it, like, everybody was like, we playing Clash tonight? Let's go. I'm getting frosty, guys. Like, everybody was getting hype about it. And by the end of it, like, we were unstoppable because we made, like, strategies around maps. Everybody got really good at the game type. They had good loadouts. It made it a lot of fun. And you can do the same thing with all those game types. Just get in there and practice your ass off until you get really good at something. And you'll see serious results. You really will.
Yeah, and don't forget to swap out. Just switch your gear around, swap weapons out. Just try all kinds of different stuff till you land on something you like.
Definitely. That's something that Joe Meaden said he does all the time. Like, he'll just drop a bunch of stuff into his inventory, and just every game he'll just change it. Doesn't matter if it's like what he wants to play or not. Like he'll just try everything and find out the ins and outs of weapons. And
that's
really
good too,
like how he
because
does that.
if you end up not liking a weapon, then you kind of go back to one you kind of like. Then it makes that weapon that much easier to use, it seems like. It's kind of a mental game.
Well, and then as well, like you really know why you don't like that weapon.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
But there's other stuff to do in Crucible too. There's a classic playlist. You can jump in and play on all the old maps with all the old rules. And then another layer, if you're a guy that plays a lot of PvP, that we don't talk about a lot because it's not something that me and Arrow does. But if you listen to Crucible Radio, you hear them talk about sweaties. Sweaties is a really big growing genre of play in Destiny PvP. It's basically custom matches with, opponents of your choosing, with some custom rules. For instance, like in sweaties, it's usually 3s and you don't use heavy. Just for an example, I don't know every rule to classic, how they run sweaties, but I know there's like some specific guns or armor pieces they don't allow, stuff like that. But I hear it can be a lot of fun. It's something that if you're a really serious PvP player, if you're in between trials weekends and you're feeling kind of dry, hook up with the guys over there. They may be able to point you in the right direction. Go check out Crucible Playbook subreddit. Maybe something you want to put together a team with. Get out there and practice some sweaties. I know it's a really good way to get better.
Yep. I've also heard, obviously, like you said, it's a lot of fun. I've also heard maybe to keep you engaged, you might spend a little extra amount of time in orbit trying to
get
matched up. But that's just part of it.
Yeah, there's a way you can go about it. If you've never heard about it, there is a way to get matched up with somebody of your choosing. But just another thing to throw out there. I have contemplated getting into it. But my challenge is I don't have a regular enough team that I would want to, bring in every single week because my guys are kind of spotty now. Yeah. But maybe one day I'll get in there.
You play with Tank pretty regularly.
Yeah, me and
right?
Tank play a lot, but he's kind of starting to dwindle off too. He's less and less on. Yeah. So, this is the time, like, this is the kind of stuff you see in Destiny. Like, you see your friends on a little bit less, so you
they
have
all
to decide.
come back the day the DLC drops.
Yeah, I mean, which is fine. Like, some guys...
That's good, man.
Some guys just want to play it when everything's fresh, and they'll wear it out, and they'll get worn out sooner than others, and, if you really just love this game and it's your number one game, like, you might be the guy that's on more than your friends. That's just part of it.
Yeah. And if it wasn't even talking about myself, if PvP wasn't an option for me, I mean, I'm throwing in other games just to kind of get through, like Tomb Raider. So if I didn't play PvP, I mean, that definitely would be the case. Just a nice little comfortable, longer break. But I gotta say too, man, I didn't know how much Tank was playing with you right now, but hey, just like on PlayStation, we've got a group of 4 guys that we rotate on the trials, and then we try to get in the Derp fam after that. It looks like maybe it'll be you, Tank, and then them's Tattoos and myself, man. We'll have a little 4-man team we can swap out.
There we go.
That works.
Oh yeah.
So we'll try to get some runs in.
Yeah, speaking of them's Tattoos, we've mentioned him a couple times in this show. He must be our favorite friend right now.
He apparently is. And yeah, this is he said he would give us $20 every time we said his gamer tag.
So we're just racking it up, man. He sent an email though to us, and we had to mention it on the show because this fits really well into our topic this week about how do we keep it fresh around here? How do we stay engaged? So Jordan came up with an idea. He said, what I would like to introduce to the clan is clan bounties. I've heard the idea from other clowns. I cannot speak right now. I promise he didn't hear it from clowns. I've heard the idea from other clans, and I think it would be an awesome thing to do for our awesome Derp fam. So here's my idea, my challenge for our fam. I am proposing a point system for every month based off first through fifth place in different areas of the game. I would like people to submit Nightfall speed run times, raid run times, PvP KDs, or PvP kill streaks. Then he goes on to say, long story short, we compile that, find a top 5 from each console each week, and we'll assign points based on, what categories you're winning. And then at the end of the month, we'll do a giveaway so they can win basically a code for some Xbox Live or PSN money provided by Jordan. So he's also going to be really generous. So not only is he going to, and he did agree that he would help run this whole shindig, but he's going to put up the prize money, guys. So He said he knows our beloved game is in hard times right now, and I know the Division may bar some of our player base for some time, but I want to make an additional challenge to create some fun or wonderful content throughout.
This is great, man.
But he also wants some input on this, guys. So we would like to do this. We're going to try to get it set up in the next week or two. So if you're interested in this, if you have some ideas for categories you would like to compete in, send us an email or a tweet and let us know if it's strike runs or nightfall runs or classic raid runs, whatever it is. Let us know,
right,
and we'll put together some of these bounties. And I'll let you guys know when it's ready. We'll probably put up a forum post about this. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely, man. And then we'll, like you said, we'll fine tune it. And I think this definitely will be a lot of fun. This will be good for the Derp fan,
absolutely. And you can also hit up Jordan himself directly. He's in the group me and on Twitter at Thems Tattoos, THEMS Tattoos. If you want to talk to him directly about his idea, I'm sure he would love to hear feedback. So, Jordan, we're going to work on putting this together with you and the Derp fam. Sounds like a lot of fun. This could be a great way to keep everybody engaged for the next month or two.
Thanks as usual to you guys and gals in the Derp fam for being so awesome to come up with this stuff.
Yeah,
man. It's good
you guys
stuff,
are leading the way. So, do we have any Derp fam community spotlights?
We do, man. This is I love the emails we're getting. Send us the stories, send us the shout outs. You guys are definitely doing it now, and we love it. We want to get them on the show. So we got an email from Duke Aldo. I believe maybe he was in the run that I did with Manny on, I could be wrong. But anyways, he said, I wanted to share a personal experience that I had this week and give a major shout out to my guys. Help me with that first one. Is that Ori Rao? That's
Rao.
right. Yeah, Rao. Yeah.
R-A-U.
Sorry, we do not mean to butcher that, man. Of course, AKA Manny G. Andy. Man, some of these. What
Areola.
Is that really what I think it is?
Areola.
That is what I think it is. Andy Areola. Brian Peterson, Nick Wahlberg, Big Papa Los, Fugly88, and say this one for me, Cyborg.
It's Archimedes.
Archimedes. I apologize. Totally brain lapse last week and did not say your name right. Dude.
Archimedes or something?
Yeah. I don't even remember what time it was.
Archimedes 777.
Archimedes. Yes, so sorry for butchering that last week, man.
We got it.
He said, my point is that the Derp family allowed me to find more than just playing buddies and enriched my life and by finding a new circle of friends, and I am very grateful for that.
Absolutely.
They did something very special for him, sent something his way, and it's such a great story, man. Like, just so cool.
Yeah.
These emails, it's unbelievable, really, this community.
It's really nice hearing just the bonds that people find between this game and in our community is very heartening. It definitely keeps this show going strong, and this community is very obviously alive and vibrant, whether Bungie's putting out new content or not.
Sometimes just when we get emails and we chat with you guys, I just wish we could forward all that to Bungie, because, for us to all be a part of this community and be experiencing this kind of stuff, if they knew some of the stuff, I mean, they got to know, but if they actually saw some of these emails and some of these stories just within the Derp fam, I mean, all coming out of their game and their community, it's a cool thing, man. There's nothing better than having a community like the Derp fam playing a game that you love. It's just good stuff.
Oh, yeah. We got another email from Mike Harbin, and he just wanted to say, hey, I've just recently started listening to y'all's podcast, and I really enjoy how y'all seem to want to help and have fun. I've been playing since year one, and I want to run with more people. Can y'all help me out? I play on PS4. My PSN name is MIK3_Smash88. Thanks. So, Mike, yeah, we will definitely help you out. Make sure that you have joined the Bungie group, guys. You got his gamer tag. Friend him up. Get in there with him and make some friends. Run some raids, some strikes, some PvP with Mike. Mike, thanks a lot for listening, man. We do appreciate it.
Yep, we appreciate it, dude. We also, if we haven't already mentioned him enough, it's like this has got to be
$20 more. Cha-ching!
He messaged us and said he tried to catch us before recording last week, and we just missed it. But Jordan, I Tattoo, a.k.a. Them's Tattoos, he wanted to give a shout-out to Fugly, Andy Man, Manny, Wahlberg. Say it for me again, Cyborg.
Archimedes,
thank you, man. Now my brain it's just not happening, dude.
Okay.
Peterson and many others for helping me with leveling my X1 character. You guys are all awesome. So shout out from Jordan.
Oh, yeah, man. And I have one last one I got to fit in from our friend Pauly D. He had sent us an email, and I can't fit the entire email in here, but he wanted to make sure. He said he felt bad that he didn't give a proper shout out to Terry and Jordan for running trials with him last week. So on behalf of Pauly D is giving a shout out to Terry and to Jordan. Thank you guys for running trials with Pauly. Really sounds like Pauly is getting coming into his own in the Crucible. I think you guys have been training him up well, huh?
Man, he really enjoys running with us, and it's the same on our side. And he's such a cool dude, and he doesn't give himself enough credit. Like we ran with him a month or so ago when it was Anomaly, and man, he was getting some snipes. Like he's coming into some PvP. So
keep it up, Pauly, man. Dude. You're gonna be a monster of your own before long.
I think they got to 7 or 8 wins last weekend. Hanging out, and it's good vibes.
That's awesome.
Man. Good stuff.
That's awesome, man. Yep. Well, this has been a fun show. As always, enjoy spending my time with you here, recording this here podcast.
Likewise, buddy.
All right, man. Guys, if you want to find us, you can find us on Twitter at Destiny Reset. You can find us on the World Wide Web at DestinyResetPodcast.com, where you can find links to subscribe to the show, to our Bungie.net group, you name it. You can find a YouTube link there. Just go to DestinyResetPodcast.com for all your Destiny Reset needs.
Yes, and also, guys, we obviously don't want to ask for these, but if you enjoy this show and this community, don't hesitate to leave that iTunes review.
Oh, yeah.
Because like Cyborg's mentioned in the past, that will bump us up in iTunes and get some more people in the community, ultimately, is the goal. And we see it every day now, man. We've mentioned it before, but I just saw today, just watching the GroupMe feed pop up, and all of a sudden you see like 5 welcomes.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, oh, somebody else jumped in the GroupMe chat, because we're pushing 200, I think.
Yeah,
if we haven't already surpassed it.
Yep.
In the general GroupMe, so
awesome sauce. Dude. Where can they find you, Arrow Knight?
You can find me on Twitter at the Arrow Knight with a 0. Let's do the 0 thing again.
Yep.
YouTube and Twitch, Arrow Knight with a 0. What about you, dude?
Yep. You can find me at Cyborg Sasquatch, and that is the only place I'm exclusive to Twitter.
That's funny, man. You have other things,
I do, but
you're not posting right now yet. Yeah, that's good. Hey, by the way, we gotta say this. Derp Fam General GroupMe chat 196. So any of you that aren't in the GroupMe yet, jump in there and let's bump it up to 200
more guys.
Week, guys.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Before I forget, we had made a deal on Twitter with Mr. Woodhouse. If we hit 1,200 followers, he would come back on the show. We hit that this week, and he will return very soon, guys. For Mr. Woodhouse, if you don't know him, he's a big mod over there at the Destiny the Game subreddit. Comes with lots of funny stories. He's going to come back on and give us some more dirt on what the hell goes on over there.
I can't wait.
So thanks for all the follows, guys.
Yeah, thank you. We'll turn on the mics without telling us.
we'll catch them
some of those other stories.
We start recording.
Good stuff. Well, guys, as usual, thank you so much for listening. We love chatting Destiny every week. And until next week, have fun playing Destiny. Take care, Guardians.
Let's do this.
I like when you go back to the Crucible.
Gotta keep it classy, baby.